So the idea was, and this was really a John F. Kennedy campaign promise, that the federal government needed to play a larger and more coordinated role in solving the problems of urban America. And one way to accomplish that was to take this earlier agency that had been kind of a loose collection of programs run by different commissioners and to put them together and create a more unified, coherent approach to attacking urban problems. Well, many of the same themes that were already there in the mid-1960s are still with us today. I mean, one of them is how to turn around a distressed neighborhood. The program that was meant to do that in the 60s was called Model Cities. The program that's trying to do that now is called Choice Neighborhoods. But if you look across those programs, you find a very great deal of similarity in those efforts. They're trying to go, in both cases, they're trying to go beyond housing and to try to bring all of the resources that are necessary in order to improve the way a neighborhood works. Well, one of the changes or policy shift is away from building housing for poor people and to giving them rent subsidies, housing vouchers, to find their own housing in the private market. At the time HUD was created, it was thought that bad housing was part of the cause of the urban crisis. It quickly became apparent that that wasn't the case, that the housing stock is actually quite sound, and that what people need is a rent subsidy to make that housing affordable. Another theme is the growth of a new agenda for HUD, which is addressing homelessness. Homelessness became apparent as a national issue in the 1980s, and in the late 1980s, HUD was made the lead agency for addressing homelessness, and that now probably is, as much as anything, at the core of the agency's mission. Well, the political landscape has changed since the mid-60s in a way that really has had a profound effect on HUD and HUD's policies. You know, remember that in the 60s, Congress was still dominated by a conservative coalition of Southern Democrats and conservative Republicans. There were also liberal Republicans as well as Northern Democrats. What this led to is a much more complex and much more bipartisan approach to creating policies for HUD. And that bipartisanship really continued all the way through the 80s and into the early 90s, and then it fell apart.